Justin receives a report from Lawrence detailing Nora's mysterious pregnancy, with her family claiming ignorance of the father's identity. He instructs Lawrence to investigate the possibility of twins, a detail Lawrence finds surprising, as no such information has surfaced. Shortly after, I called him, directly questioning his apparent animosity towards Pete's mother. We agreed to meet the next afternoon at Club Prism. Justin, now aware of his daughter's existence, is consumed by conflicting emotions, joy at discovering her, and anger at being deceived. He realizes my interest in him might be driven by my desire to keep my children close, not by romantic feelings. He decides to maintain the facade of ignorance, instructing Lawrence to investigate within earshot of Pete to keep up appearances. What will happen during the meeting between Justin and Nora at Club Prism? Will Justin reveal his knowledge or continue his charade? How will Nora react when she learns that Justin knows about his daughter? I was running late. Again. I'd barely managed to brush my teeth and throw on a baseball cap before rushing out the door. Chester's house was my first stop, dropping off Cherry. "Mommy has to go see Mr. Hunt," I told her, trying to keep my voice steady. "Be good." A knot of worry tightened in my stomach as I watched her disappear into the house. Club Prism, a fancy, exclusive place. I hoped the soundproofing in the private rooms was as good as they said. I needed to talk to Justin, explain things before everything spiraled completely out of control. He walked in just as I arrived, his face etched with fatigue and a hint of anger. "Mr. Hunt, you..." I started, but he cut me off. "You've gotten very involved in my affairs," he said, his gaze intense. "I have to assume you're interested in me. If you want me to give you a chance, I deserve to know what's going on with you, too." My breath hitched. What was he talking about? "You made frequent contact with my son when we were in California. After coming to New York, you kept trying to approach me and get involved in my life. You're in love with me, aren't you? What other reason could there be for all the work you've put into getting close to me?" I was speechless. In love? Me? With Justin Hunt? He was so arrogant. "I suppose so," I managed, my voice barely a whisper. I had no other choice given the situation. A smirk played on his lips. "Okay, so you're in love with me. And I'm willing to give you a chance. I will answer your questions truthfully and tell you everything you want to know. Please, go ahead." I stared at him, my mind reeling. This was insane, but I had to use this opportunity, this bizarre, twisted opportunity. "Do you know Pete's mother, Mr. Hunt?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. "No, I don't," he replied, his dark eyes unwavering. "Then why do you hate her so much?" I pressed. His jaw tightened. On April 7th, 8 years ago, I received a call. The person claimed to be my son's mother. She asked me to prepare $5 million for her. If I did as she asked, she would tell me where my son was. My heart pounded in my chest. He was talking about Pete, my Pete. "And then?" I asked, my voice barely audible. Of course I didn't believe her. Apart from one night that I can't remember anything about, I've never touched any woman. My hand balled into a fist. That night, the night Pete was conceived. "And then?" I repeated, my voice shaking. I hung up after that. I thought that would be it, but she seemed to realize that she wasn't going to get any money from me. Suddenly, she sent me a set of GPS coordinates and said the child was at that location. She said if I didn't hurry, he was going to suffocate and die. The air in the room seemed to thicken, making it hard to breathe. I thought of Henry, his cold words echoing in my ears. I buried the child with my own hands. I happened to be passing through California at the time. The call felt too strange to ignore, so I made an extra trip. As it turned out, I found Pete, my body trembling. How was he? He wasn't breathing when I found him. My eyes widened in horror. Pete has a mild form of autism and tends to be quiet and withdrawn anyway. But physically, he's also very frail. And that started with this attempt on his life. He was permanently affected by what happened, even if he doesn't remember it. He looked straight at me, his eyes filled with a cold, burning anger. Every time Pete fell sick, Justin's resentment toward his mother would grow a little. The memories of that phone call disgusted him. Whoever that woman had been, she had been careless with her son's life, thinking only of money. He often thought of how he would like to kill her. He looked at me and asked, "What's the matter, Miss Smith?" I took a deep breath, trying to steady my trembling hands. Finally, I understood. I understood the depth of his hatred. But I also knew the truth. His mother had her difficulties back then, I declared. My words hung in the air, a fragile bridge between the past and a terrifying present. How could I explain? How could I tell him that I was Pete's mother? That I had been forced to give him up? That I had been manipulated and deceived? And what about Henry? If Justin discovered my connection to him, would he ever forgive me? Would he understand? Or would he see me as a monster? And the biggest question of all, he thought I was in love with him. How would he react to the truth?